I first heard about LifeWave in May of 2020. I was so weak, actually. Juliana said, "Can you talk?" And I said, "No, I'm too weak." And she said, "Can you listen?" And I said, "Yeah, but I won't be able to stay on very long." So I'd been really sick with COVID for 8 weeks at that point. And I ordered the next day and then got the patches about 4 days later. And as I was putting the first patch on, I felt light descend in my body. Now, I did not have a language for that until I'd been on the patches for an hour and a year and a half, listening to more people. So, but the timing of the patches coming into my life was really significant because, again, I had been sick with COVID and getting weaker and weaker and having less and less energy, like dramatic. And I was thinking about talking to my kids that if I was dying, I didn't know. And, but I found out 4 weeks into COVID that my mother was dying and she had only 2 to 6 weeks to live and she was 1,000 miles away. And I did not feel like it was going to be possible at all to drive or fly. And a friend of mine had offered to drive me out. And 5 hours after I put my first X39 patch on, I called my friend and said, "Let's make a plan." And we were on the road in 5 days. 5 days later, and I got to see my mother before she passed away. When I put the first patch on, it was exactly almost to the day 3 years from a brain stem injury from a minor car accident, but the injury was such that I couldn't read for a few years and it was difficult to walk. I still need walls a little bit, but then I was just like tipping from one hand to the other and onto walls and just not walking a lot. My driveway is only the length of 2 cars and I couldn't walk to my mailbox for a while. And so when I put that first patch on and my brain just lit up, in the context of 3 years of brainstem injury and then 2 months of COVID brain, which is way beyond brain fog. If people have not experienced it, it's nothing like brain fog. It's way much harder. I really felt like my brain lit up, like there was light bulbs going off in all these dark rooms is what it felt like. So I was able to drive that 1,000 miles. And actually, surprisingly, my friend didn't drive that whole way to Iowa from Massachusetts. It was a 16-hour drive. And I drove 4 hours of each day, the 2 days going out and the 2 days coming back. I was that strong. And now I have had foot pain for decades, especially in the right heel, but I haven't been able to be barefoot in my house for decades, really. And now I can be barefoot all the time. I'm comfortable. And I've had about 10, I'm guessing, cortisone injections in my right heel. And I have no more heel spur pain at all. I heard two women on this nightly call a couple years ago talk about about a year ago talk about how they did not have their dowager's hump anymore, or the kyphosis at the top of the back. And I looked in the mirror and mine had gone away. And my acupuncturist, she was like, how, like she said, "Victoria, most people your age," I'm 68, I forgot to say, she said, "Most people your age," and she just kept on squeezing the tissue around my spine. She said, "Have congestion here and you don't have any." And I said, "Did I used to?" And she said, "Oh yeah, you did." So that congestion, which a lot of us call kyphosis, and a lot of us think it's skeletal, it's more lymphatic, and that went away. So that was really exciting. My eye doctor told me the last time I saw my eye doctor was about 5 months ago. So maybe 2 years, almost 2 years after starting the stem cell X39 stem cell activation patch. Told her that I'd been to the retina doctor, that she wouldn't need to dilate my eyes. And I said, and the retina doctor said that my retina has improved. And I asked the retina doctor if she thought it was a stem cell activation, and she just shrugged her shoulders. "What do you think?" And the eye doctor said, "Well, let me look at your eyes." So she tested my eyes and she said, "Victoria, we couldn't get you to 20/20. She said, now with just a little bit of correction, the best they could do was 20/40 for my eyes. And she said, now with just a little bit of correction, you're at 20/20. She said, that's definitely due to the stem cell activation. And then she said, "And your retina improving?" She said, "They never improve." She said, "That's definitely due to the stem cell activation." I've had painful and swollen knees since I'm 12 years old. I was in a house fire and my father had to throw me out the window to save my life before he dove out head first. And And then Ehlers-Danlos and which is connective tissue and too much flexibility and joint pain. And I have many, many more days where I feel strong and pain-free. And at 68 years old, I'm stronger than I was at 58 when I bought my paddle board to do stand-up paddling on the beautiful lakes in Western Massachusetts. And it's much easier for me now to put it on, put it on the car and take it off of my car. And it's like easier to carry. I feel like kind of like a strong, sexy 68-year-old woman when I'm carrying my paddleboard. And my back is a lot stronger than it's ever been. I've had chronic back pain really since that fall or just a few years later. And I only have pain rarely, and it goes away much more quickly. And my restless legs are gone. And of course, like everyone else, my fingernails are stronger and grow faster, and my hair has gotten thicker. I feel so blessed that we have this technology that we get to share with people that we meet and people that we love.